So I tell them, oh, the wellness company. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to go online and try to find the name of the company. And if I say Melaleuca, I'm not against the name of our company. But if they put Melaleuca online, I don't know if there's a person that recorded a video, hi, look at the wellness company, and it's on YouTube, and then they, you know what, no, I need to explain them. So I tell them it's a wellness company. They can go online with the wellness company. There's a million companies. They were like, well, can you tell me what it's about? I tell them, you know what, it's a visual concept. You need to see it to understand it. Just like I can't give you a glass of water over the phone, I can't explain it to you over the phone. We need to sit down, you need to see it. When do you have 30 minutes of your time? Now, I just explained to you how do I teach how to do one phone call. But the same applies for housewives, students, business professionals. There's a different way to teach them. So in the strategy session, that's what I'm doing. Teaching them how to contact people, because what's the first activity? Make a list, right? And I tell them, okay, with your list, I'm an iPhone type of person, but if you grab your phone and you go to contacts, right on top, you press on the left corner, and it tells you how many contacts out of the phone. And then I grab their phone and go, oh, look, you have 600 contacts. I tell them, what I need for you to do, this is your homework. I need these 600 names on a piece of paper. Name and phone number. And you're gonna make a photocopy, and you're gonna give me a copy of those 600 names. Because we're gonna call them one by one. That's your list. We need to work with that. Now, what happens if 2 weeks from now they're like, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't wanna do the business. Guess what? I have 600 new customers for me. Maybe they're mine now. Some of my best leaders came from somebody that gave me a list. So some of you that don't have prospects to talk to, it's because you don't ask for it. Give me the list, it's mine. That list, if you leave, they're mine. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Okay? But we're going to start calling them. I tell them, do not call them. Get the list first. Now, we need to teach you about how to make the phone call, which is activity number 2. We book appointments. Not doing presentations on the phone. We're not going to send WhatsApps, WeChats. We're not going to... We get paid for that, okay? Now, I know some of you are like, wow, Rafael, I can... If there was a way to send like a quick video that it would enroll everybody, then Melaleuca wouldn't need us. They can do the video, send it to the world, and enroll half of the world, and we would be just looking how they enroll everybody. Now, the value that we bring the company is that we bring those customers, so we need to talk to them. So teach your people how to do that, because if you don't, guess what happens? One big mistake that people do is this. They enroll a category 2 or 3, they go like, okay, you need 8. And you got 10 more days till the end of the month. And they're like, okay. And then they try to talk to people. Everybody says no, because they don't know what they're saying. And it's proven that if somebody gets 5 no's on the row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're like, that's it. I don't want to do this. Why? Because they felt rejected too many times, too fast. So they went from having a regular life where nobody cares really, you know, they don't get rejected. They have a job, they have a whatever, they don't get rejected. And then they enter into this business, and the first experience is rejection. They talk to their friend, no. They talk to their cousin, no. They talk to their sister-in-law, no. They talk to their, their mother, no. Everybody say no. So they don't want to do this. I don't want that. I want a yes right away. Right away. I need to put a yes in their books, a new customer for them, so they can experience what? Success. That first customers to them is, this works. I think I can do it. Remember, they're asking in their mind, does it work? They're asking themselves that question, does it really work? The next question they're asking, can I do this? So if you can answer those two by enrolling customers right away, you're like, it works. I got a customer. I think I can do it. When you have them believe that, things change. They start taking action, okay? So strategy session, I teach them how to do approach people. Now, this is very important too. I teach him that we're not in the begging business. Okay? Let me explain. Some people, when they enroll in Melaleuca, they start begging. They start telling people, please, I just enrolled in this business and I need a customer. Will you be my customer, please? I'll pay for your membership. Come on. Help me out. Do it for Japan or Taiwan. Do it for the country. Right? And what happens okay, ladies. Remember when you were like a teenager in school? And there was this boy, and wherever you went, he was like right behind, like, and would give you notes. And he was always begging you, like, you were like, ugh. Because he was begging. Did you want to be with the one that was begging? No. You wanted to be with who? With the one that wouldn't even notice you, right? The one like, you were like. Well, maybe you end up marrying the one that was begging, but that's a different story. All right, so you don't want to be begging people in the business. I teach them that. I don't want you to be begging your friends. No, you have to have posture. You have to have that attitude that I'm going to do this with or without you. Don't say it, okay? Because I got to make sure. Because some of you are going to live here and you're going to be telling people, hey, I'm going to do it without you, okay? And people are going to be offended. So you don't say it, but you have to have that attitude. I'm doing this with or without you. Want to be a part of the team? Great. You don't want to be a part of the team? Great. Okay, we have a great opportunity here. If you're new, and especially when they're new, they don't have that confidence yet. Maybe you're an executive director, senior director, director 5, national, corporate. You have some posture now. When people say no to me, do you think I'm like, no? I feel sorry for them. Because I could have changed their lives and they just said no. I'm like, but when you're new and they say no to you, they feel like heartbroken. So I tell them, please don't beg people. This is the script. Your tone of voice is very important. Your tone of voice is key. I teach them how to speak. Because some of them speak like, I'd like to show you a concept that can change your life, and it's a great company. You know, you don't have to invest money, you don't have to sell products. It's not a multi-level marketing, but it's good. You can, you know, people like, right? So imagine that you have a level 1 voice, which is like, you want to see the Melaleuca? Okay. And you have a maybe level 10, which would be like, Melaleuca! That's too much. You'd be like, oh, people would be like, so how about level 5? You put a little voice into it. When you make the phone call, hey Mary, how are you? This is Rafael. Guess what? I got a concept that, oh my God, when you see it, you won't believe it. I'm telling you, this is first of all, it's not an MLM. You don't have to sell products. You don't have to, invest money. You don't have to bother people. But oh my gosh, when you see it, you won't believe it. It's a visual concept. So I need to talk to you. When can we meet? See, that's a level 5. Okay? And you don't sound like you're begging. Now, some of you may be asking yourselves, but Rafael, how do I do it? Because I've always taught level 2. Well, there's a couple ways. One requires physical activity. Okay? So you do this. Before you make the phone call, you go to the stairs in your house really fast. One time, and then you come down one time. 5 times, okay? 5 times. And then when your heart is pumping, then you go, hi Mary, guess what? I just found a concept. You know, you're gonna sound very excited. You're gonna sound level 5, maybe level 7. They don't know, they're like, oh, she's very excited. It's look good, I wanna be excited like her. Yeah, when? I'll be there on Tuesday, right? Your enthusiasm talks more than words. Now, some of you are like, Rafael, you know, my knee, I have a knee replaced, I can't go the stairs. There's another option. You buy a syringe. Mary, I gotta show you a concept, right? It's a little more painful, but it works too. So just find a way to go to level 5. Tell the boys, we're not begging, okay? It's okay to say no first. Some people wait so long until they tell you, no, I'm not interested, right? I don't wait. I don't like to. When I'm talking to somebody, if they're like, right? You can tell they're not interested. And besides, I don't want to, well, sometimes it's tricky. Because I've had people that are like, the whole presentation. And when it's finished, I'm like, this is not interesting. I'm like, they're like, I'm a number 3. And then I just realized that's the way they have their face. I thought they were negative. No, that's their face. There's nothing I can do. But they're very positive. But most people will give you signs they're not interested. And I don't try to convince them. I say no to them first. When they're like, well, I don't know if I want to do this because my sister-in-law got involved with one of those companies. And I go like, you know what? It's okay. This is not for everybody. And obviously, this is not for you. And I tell them no first. And I have times when I tell people, you know what, this is not for you. They were like, oh yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not for you. How do you know it's not for me? So because this business is for people that is excited, that is focused, that wants to change their life, that wants to help other people. I don't think you're that person. You're like, yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. You don't know me. Well, prove me. Here's a value pack. And some people will do the opposite of what you tell them. So I teach my people to make approaches, what to say, tone of voice, posture, not begging, and I teach them how to say no first. And then they don't feel like I need to beg people. It's okay to say no to people, you know? And we're gonna find more Jesses that way, sometimes. So, set up a time to do phone calls with them. So I don't tell them, all right, so now that you know, do phone calls. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna be afraid. They're gonna picture the phone when you're new, big phone, and they're gonna be around the phone. They know that you told them, make appointments, and they just look at the phone, you know. And, well, now they have it. And so in their heads, they start going like, okay, I'm gonna make phone calls, but I forgot I haven't done the laundry yet. I gotta do the laundry because we have dirty clothes. Then they do the laundry. After I do the laundry, I do the phone call. Okay, do the laundry. And this is all in their head, right? After the laundry, I forgot. I wanna be organized. And Rafael told me to make my list. So I'm gonna go buy paper because I wanted a nice paper. So now they spend half an hour going to buy paper. I'm like, oh, I need a new pen. I want a new pen from the looker. I'm gonna buy a red pen for the ones that say no. Blue pens for the ones that say yes. Yellow pen for the ones that are thinking. Okay? And now they're doing all these activities, but they're not getting focused. They need to get on the phone, right? So that's why I need to teach him and set up a time to do phone calls. Okay? Nowadays it's easy. Back in my time, when there was no cell phones, you had to be like this, in a desk somewhere, like, hi, how are you? All day. If you were lucky, you had a little cable, you could go around your desk, right? That was about it. Now you have a phone. Everybody has a cell phone. And you don't even have to do this. Now you have it. Hello? So they can do phone calls anytime. People are with the phone all day. Like, some people die and they put them with their phone. You know? It's the phone. Some people, you know, it's time to go to the restroom. You know? Number 2. And you're like going to the number 2, and you're like, hey, where's my phone? My phone! And you need to go. You're like, and you're looking for your phone. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And you go around the house looking for the phone. Ah, here's the phone. And then, and you finally get there. Oh. Well, since you have the phone, make a phone call. Hi. I want to show you about a concept that is now multi-level. You don't have to invest products. Hold on. Yeah, I had another call. So you can do phone calls when you want the shopping, when you go pick up your school kids. You can do phone calls anytime. So why don't you make 5 phone calls a day, 10 phone calls a day? People ask me, Rafael, when you started Metaluca, you were senior director your first month. How many calls do you do a day? I said, I don't know. All day long. A lot of phone calls. I didn't count them, but I guarantee you it was 50, 70, 100 phone calls a day. Right? And we didn't have cell phones. Now you can be all the time. You can be in bed. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I'm working so hard right now, but you know, you can be in the gym, working out. A great place to have level 5, right? Yeah, I'm so excited, you know. Next thing, 3 home meetings this week. This week. My goal is to get them to director faster than they can even know what director is. So if I set up 3 home meetings, or 3 meetings, maybe one-on-one, maybe go to a coffee shop, maybe in a restaurant, maybe one in their house. My favorite is their homes. Why? Because that's easy for them. Hey, they invite their family and friends to their house. It's a place where their friends have already been. They're comfortable. So it's easy for them to get customers. I just did a presentation about 2 weeks ago. A gentleman in his house, invited his friends, everybody showed up, did the presentation, everybody involved. Easy. Okay? Those are my best. I know that nowadays, a lot of you love to do the Zoom. You know? Tie, pajama, I know. But to me, nothing like one-on-one. I'm a one-on-one person. I enrolled somebody from another city. I get on a plane, Monica and I got on a plane, and we go see them. And there's been times we go see them and there's only one person in the meeting. I'm like, man, we took an airplane to get here. There's only one guest. It's okay. For me, it's important. I'm teaching them how to do a presentation. It doesn't matter if you enroll 1 or 5. I want them to learn. We're in the duplicating business, okay? So, I love face-to-face. If you can't do face-to-face because you live in a different country or it's far, then do a Zoom, okay? But if it's within driving distance, I'll go. Because, like I said, if I have 10 people in somebody's home and I'm doing the presentation and I have a nice display, I'm gonna enroll them. They're gonna enroll. Most of them are gonna enroll. And so my prospect ends up with 2, 3, 5, 6 enrollments in one day. What happens in their belief? They go like, I can do this. This is working. They get excited. Now, when you have 10 people on a Zoom, or 20 or 30, you don't know. Because you don't know if they're paying attention. You're doing your presentation in Zoom, you know, and some people are in the Zoom and they start, clipping their nails. They're not, the kids, yeah, I told you, go to your room, stop fighting, and they're not paying attention to the presentation. And then you wonder why they didn't enroll. So presentations via Zoom, in my case, I'm not saying this for you, you may be awesome at it. In my case, if I have 10, I'll be happy if I enroll 2 or 3. But if I have 10 in person, I will shoot for the 10 enrollments. And that I can do over Zoom. My opinion, okay? Okay, teach them how to overcome objections. There's gonna come, you know the objections. There's probably 5 objections that they're the typical ones. Like, first one that you are gonna hear is, have you heard the, yeah, it sounds great, but I like to think about it. When you ask them, are you 1, 2, or 3? They go like, I like to think about it. Have you heard that? Yes? Okay. And what do you say? Okay, think about it. And we chat. Tomorrow? They're like, yeah, tomorrow. Now, do you honestly believe they're going to think about it? Do you think they're going to get home and they're going to tell the spouse, hey, kids, don't talk to me right now, honey. I need to think, okay? So I'm going to go to the thinking room, okay, to my thinking chair, and I'm going to think. Do you think they're going to do that? So in reality, they're not going to think about anything. It's a way for them to like, they don't want to say no, but now we're professionals. So when somebody says, I want to think about it, guess what I tell them? First of all, I smile. Think about, oh, that is great. Now, today, we talked about 2 things. Our products and our business model. Which of the 2 you want to think about? And now they're like, because they were not going to think about anything. So now they need to think about something. What do I tell them? And then they go like, you can see it in their face if you pay attention. They look like have you ever seen a confused dog? They go like, right? That's how they go like, think about what? They go like, and you can see it in their eyes now. They're like, what do I think? And they're like, and they're going to come up with they go like, yeah, if the products are so good, how come they don't sell them on the stores? And you go like, that's a great question, even though it's really dumb. But you tell them, that's a great question. The reason we don't sell them in stores is because our business model is to create products with higher quality at reasonable prices. And the only way we can do that is by selling from the manufacturer to the consumer. And you be quiet. Careful, it's not a time to do another presentation. It's not a time to go like, well, let me tell you about that, and tell them all your knowledge. You lose them. You answer the question as fast as you can, and you be quiet again, and you just look at the eyes and go like, and then they go like, is that all you needed to think about? And then they're going to be like, well, Because remember, they were not going to think about anything. So now they're thinking, how do I get out of here? And so you tell them, and then they may tell you, well, I like to consult this with my husband. Have you heard that one? Yeah, I need to consult with my husband. And I tell him, wonderful. That's so nice that you have that close relationship with your husband. But let me ask you a question. When you go to the grocery store and you need to buy toilet paper, do you need to consult with your husband? Do you go like, honey, we need toilet paper. Which one I buy? And then when you need to buy, I don't know, cereal. Honey, I need cereal. Which one should I buy? Do you do that when you go to the grocery store? And they go like, well, no. It's the same thing. You're changing toothpaste for a better one. You know, do you need to consult your husband? You can call him right now, tell him, honey, I need to change toothpaste. Let's see what he says. Now, if it's a man, it's easier. Because if it's a man, you're like, oh, I need to consult with my wife. I go like, so your wife won't let you do anything? I mean, we kind of knew. The friends we talked about you, we think that she's punching. But now we're proving it. No. I mean, like, come on. If you need to buy like a screwdriver, do you have to call your wife, honey, I need a screwdriver? You don't, right? Well, same thing. Buy deodorant, shaving cream. But yeah. What else could they say? They may be like, well, I just don't want to commit to buying every month. Then I tell them, my mistake. I apologize to you. Because I didn't explain it right. I mean, there's a slide that I talked about it. Maybe I didn't talk it. So let me explain. You're not committing to anything. You can cancel at any time. But it's something that you need. Let me ask you a question. When you got your internet for your house, do you feel like, I don't want to commit to Wi-Fi? When you got that Netflix, did you were like, I don't want to commit to Netflix every month? You didn't, right? But you need it. It's part of life. Well, taking a shower is part of life. Brushing your teeth is part of life. You're not committing to anything. You just switch stores. And they're like, in their mind, it's like, what do I say now? This guy has an answer for everything. So the only one left they have is, well, I don't have any money. And I said, if they say this, remember, facial expression. You know what? I cannot believe that I didn't know that. I cannot believe that I apologize to you for not paying attention. But not having, in the US it's $100, but not having $100, man, you, more than anybody, you need to do this. I mean, you're a number 3. Forget about customer. No, you don't need to be a customer. You need to be a number 3. And I'm going to help you. Because since you don't have money, you need free products. And I'm going to show you how every month, all the products that you get from Melaleuca are going to be free. Because Melaleuca is going to send you a check. We're going to get you to the director right now. I'm going to put in a special effort to help you because I care for you. I cannot have friends like you not having money. It's my responsibility from this day forward to help you, and you will have money. fill up the paperwork. Look, you know. And what if they say no to that? You have your last card. Then you tell, they're like, well, it's good, I don't know. You're like, and let's say that I have my presentation here, or my tablet, or my catalog, whatever you have for Melaleuca, okay? Grab it. Mary. You know, when they told me in the business, Rafael, find people that you care about and that you know they care about you. First person. Look, Mary, if you call me and you tell me, guess what, Rafael, I just started my little business. I'm going to be doing nails. You know what? I would go to your store. I would tell Monica, now you're going to go to Mary's place to do your nails. It's her friend. We need to help her. I would tell everybody in my work, you know what? Everybody, I will make flyers, you know, and I will give flyers at my job to everybody to go do their nails with you because you're my friend and I will help you because that's what friends are for. But apparently, you don't feel the same way about me because I'm just getting started in my business and you don't want to support me. You'd rather go support the big stores. But not me. It's okay, Mary. Now you're going to the heart. They'll be like, okay, all right. And I told them I want to think about it. I told them I need to consult with my husband. I told them, you know, I don't have any money. I told them, okay, what do I do? Well, if you truly want to help me, you need to get the value pack now. I was going to let you go for the 35 quarter points, but since it's taking longer, value pack, at least. If it's a friend, a man friend, go like, hey, come on, man. You're making me work so hard for this. Remember, 3 years ago, call me 3 in the morning, huh? You were, who helped you? And they're like, I already forgot about that. I haven't forgot about that. I help you, you call me, I help you, I didn't ask questions. So now you help me. Well, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't say that. Just don't take no and go like, okay, hang on, I'm at it. Keep going. Try. All right? And then after that, if you see they're like, oh, this is not for you, all right, fine. Do I leave? Do I say, okay? No. I said, okay. You don't want to be a customer. That's fine. Who do you know that could be my customer? Now I'm going after the referrals. Who do you know that could be my customer? Give me at least 5 names. Help me out. You don't want to help me becoming my customer, that's okay. But help me with 5 names. And they go like, my mother-in-law, ooh, she loves to sell stuff. And they will give you some names. And then I will call them. I say, hey, you know, Mary gave me your name and, you know, and your phone number. They told me you'd be great at my business. I'm expanding in the area. Will you be open to see what, you know, when can I meet you? And sometimes that referral, it's a great prospect. And then you can turn a no into a yes. Okay? All right. Let me move on. What do I have? 10 minutes? 5 minutes? 1 minute? 10? 5 minutes? Okay. All right. So, what's the goal? The goal is to get him to director 3s. When? 90 days. You see, Jason talked about it. You know, you need to have a plan. You need to have time to accomplish the goal, right? Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, the goal is to be director 3. When? whenever. No. 90 days. We're going to do it 90 days. All right? Here's the plan. Step number 1, 10 customers. First month, hopefully. Now, some people go like, well, it's already the 24th. I don't care. I enrolled the 28th of February. There was only 2 days left in the month. I told Jeff Miller, hey, I'm going to start on the 1st. You know, there's only 2 days left. He said, no, you're starting right now. And you need 10 customers by the end of the month. I said, there's only 2 days. He said, well, get moving. And I did it, right? So I tell people the same thing. And besides, you all know it. Most people wait till the end of the month anyways. The first week they don't do anything. They're waiting for the more report, you know. Finally they see the check and they're like, I gotta go to work. It's on the 15th already, you know. So it doesn't matter where they're enrolled. I get it to the director right away. I don't wait for the next month. Right away. 10 customers. That's why we're going to do phone calls. I'm going to teach you how to do approaches. We're going to do home meetings, one-on-ones, whatever we need to do to get it to the director right away. Okay? Now, Melaleuca has 8 customers to become a director. Notice that I'm not saying 8. I'm saying 10. Because people will do minimums. If I tell them 8, they're barely going to get the last customer at midnight on the last day, and that's the number 8, and that's their mom. Okay? And guess what happens? If something happens to one customer, they're not a director anymore. So I teach them 10. If one customer, something happened, there was not a signature, something happened, okay, we have 2 extra, so we'll be okay. All right? This is important because if there's a promotion from the company, or if you, need that director and you don't, they end up with 7, then you're in trouble, or they're in trouble. But by 10, you make sure they're a director at least, okay? First step, 10 customers. Second step, notice that I'm saying steps. Step 2, becoming a director 2 with 20 personal customers and developing 1 director. Now, please pay attention here. Okay? Pay attention. If you don't get when they're first getting started in the business, that's when they're the most excited. That's when we need to get as many customers as possible for them. Because later on, they're going to start slowing down because they're going to have people in their team. They're going to start helping people in their teams. They're not going to pay so much attention to their personal customers because now they're helping others. And I need to get into 20 customers as soon as possible. Why? Because obviously they make more commissions on their personal customers than organizational customers. Number 2, because I want to have a solid director. Number 3, because I want them to be a solid director, 2 or 3. Okay, so there's many reasons why. So why would you stop? Why would you promote your new person? You gotta be a director for 8 customers, director. No. I put in their mind, director 3. And you're gonna need 20 customers. So second month, we're still focusing on their personal customers. They have 10, we need to get 10 more. And now you have 20. Out of the 20, I guarantee you that at least 1 is gonna wanna build a business. You help that one. So now you're working with your personal, and that person in one of your personals that says, I want to build a business. So now I'm helping them too, and we're going to end up with 20 personal customers and 1 director. You're on step 2 now. Step 3 would be, all right, develop 2 more directors. They have 20 customers. Believe me, there's people interested there in building the business. So I'm going to end up with what? 20 personal customers, 3 directors, 50 customers with that person. So going back to the beginning of this training, when I see somebody that says to me, I'm a category 2, I'm a category 3, you know what I see? 50 customers. 50, not 1. Some of you see, oh, I got 1. If you do this, you'll have 50 new people in your team. Most likely it's an advancement. If you're in the director ranks, maybe senior director ranks, that's an advancement for you. You follow these 3 steps. If somebody tells me, Rafael, I'm a director 2, I'm on step 2. I tell people when I travel around, I'm like, they go like, oh, Rafael, I'm like, okay, what step are you in? So I'm step 2. And I tell them, so you have 20 personal customers on one director? And they go like, well, I'm a director 2. I'm like, oh, wait. You're a director 2, but you're not on step 2. Step 2 is when you have 20 personal customers. How many personals do you have? 11. Oh, you're not even step 2, you're step 1. But I'm a director 2. I don't care. You're step 1. You need to go to step 2. So that gives him an idea of, okay, this is what I need to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And have it clear. Now, after they get to director 3, what happens? I teach them. When you get 8 people in your team, 8 in your team that become director 3s, that do what I just showed you, you become a senior director. All we need is 8. How do you become an executive director? When one of those 8 do the same thing with 8, you'll be an exec. And when you help 5 people do that, you become a corporate director. It's going to take time. But at least now you have a path, you have a plan of how to get there. We're in the business of enhancing lives. And Melaleuca is the best vehicle that you will ever have. I know some of you are very excited. You want to fast track. Congratulations. But this is not the end of the race. It's the beginning of the race. We're not running a 100-meter dash. We're running a marathon. So thank you very much. My time is up.